Whether you work 9 to 5 or own a Fortune 500 company, we all should have a vision for our future. Joining us today is Chief Transformationist and Executive Coach at DZ & Associates, Dana Zerbakken, to talk about the importance of setting goals. So good to have you here, and what a great topic, because although we know it and we hear it, this is something that is really important for people of all walks of life.
Yeah, and after the new year's over, everyone kind of loses their steam. They didn't achieve their goals. They've fallen off track. So this is a time to really get back on track.
You have 3 key pieces of advice, starting with write it down.
Yes. So the top 10% of achievers write down their goals. They're very intentional about it. They're very clear about it. It also gives a life and accountability to what you really want to do. And one tip I give to people is find an accountability buddy or a mentor to help you get where you want to go, help you stay on track. Because it's easy for us when we kind of check our own homework to think we're doing a good job. But if we have to answer to somebody else, maybe there are things we could do a little differently.
And don't feel bad about asking that favor. Because you know people probably, that's a tough one.
Absolutely. And a lot of people really enjoy helping you achieve your goals, especially if you said to somebody, I'd really like you to mentor me. Oh my Lord, that just feels great for people.
Yeah, it's a positive.
Right.
Your second piece of advice is get into action.
Yeah, so it's great to have a plan, but we have to do something with the plan. And people say, well, they have to make these big strides, or they think they have to have these huge progressions every day, and they don't. Small steps are okay. They're still steps forward. What I just encourage people to do is, when they put a deadline on their plans or on their steps, not to get so hung up on the deadline that the action is kind of weak. They kind of maybe make a bad choice on their action, or aren't really making the best choice that they could to get towards their goals, because they're so focused on, I have to do it by this date.
So they have the vision, but then it never translates if they're getting this deadline, getting hung up on the deadline.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a great piece of advice. And then the third piece, you say, is clear the path.
Right. So a lot of people say, well, I've had this goal and I haven't really gotten there, and I'm not sure what the problem is. The problem may be how you're approaching it. The problem could be the people you're surrounding yourself with.
Tough one.
Which is really tough, because a lot of the times the people we surround ourselves with determine our success.
How do we know, though, who to surround ourselves with?
Well, I think the first thing is being honest about if the people in your life and in your circle are really helping you move forward. Are they encouraging you? Are they encouraging you to meet your goals, set new challenges, and to go further? A lot of times we don't want people around us to do better, because if you do better, then well, why
feel insecure, right?
Exactly. Why am I not doing better? So be mindful of the energy you surround yourself with, because that really can impact how we achieve our goals.
Great advice, Dana. We appreciate your coming by, as always.
Thank you.
And we'll see you right after the break.